Ark Rise Fantasia follows the story of Lark Bright Lagoon, a mercenary hired to fight off the destructive Fell Dragons. He's saved from certain death by a woman named Rifia, and with that meeting, the two are bound together in a long journey. As soon as Lark discovers that he has a hidden power within him, his world immediately turns upside down as he begins his journey to discover the meaning of his gift. The world is a colorful one, with some impressive detail paid to a lot of the cities in the game. The art style can mostly be likened to the Rune Factory Frontier, but things take on a much larger scale in Ark Rise Fantasia. The character models won't blow any minds, but they do have that anime character stylized feel to them. Though most of the time, you'll see animated stills of the characters talking inside of a dialogue box. The problem with the graphics would have to be the aliasing issues in the overworld and towns. Things are incredibly jagged in Ark Rise Fantasia, and it is a bit of an eyesore. What makes things worse is the fact that the game will have occasional slowdown issues. This could be from just running around in town or right after a battle in one of the dungeon areas in the game. It's odd how the game has slowdown in these areas where nothing is happening, but everything is fine during the combat sequences.
Did you really think you could beat me that easily? I was merely playing with you. Ah! Help me! I don't want to die! Help me, Mr. Lark!
The most unforgiving of the problems though would have to be in the voice work. This is probably one of the worst English dubs since Resident Evil 1.
In the Meridian Empire, we follows the South Noirism religion, we does. Yous pagans could have been skewered by that nasty crown prince.
It is incredibly hard to take anyone serious in this game at all. It sounds like everything was done in one take when they recorded each character. You can't care about a storyline when the characters themselves don't sound into it.
I'm going to sleep now.
Okay. Good night.
How long were you planning on being here?
Aren't I allowed to be here? I want to sleep with you, Lark.
What makes matters worse is that there isn't a Japanese language track to switch to. To add insult to injury, the English voice track isn't aligned with the in-game models either.
That was easy enough.
So it's either endure the voices of the characters or turn the volume for them down to 0 and read the text. At least the combat in Ark Rise Fantasia is pretty good. It takes on the basic turn-based gameplay we've come to love from RPGs. Most of your time is spent out in the open field areas of the game. You'll run into enemies here for your grinding needs. This includes experience, weapons, and money. Each weapon you purchase has a chance to level up and open new skill slots. With this system, you can swap out gems from other weapons into your newly acquired ones. You can also upgrade each character's magical ability. This consists of purchasing new gem slots, increasing mana, and upgrading magic levels. When in combat, you have plenty of things to work with, from basic attacks to more powerful abilities like the XL Axe. These can range from powerful buffs, special attacks, or even healing effects. Add in the armed forces, which are skills gained from leveling up various weapons in the game. Finally, we have the Rogress ability that Lark can use to summon a powerful creature to decimate his foes. The only way to use any of these abilities, however, is by having enough AP to actually use a skill. But players can only get one AP bar to spread across multiple characters, so you have to decide how much AP is actually worth using for that turn. Now I know that sounds a bit complicated, but in most fights you can just hit the C button and choose adaptive tactics and win a battle. With this function, the game becomes more RPG-like, as most of the time instead of messing with the clunky combat menu, you will most likely just choose one of the 3 tactics and be done with it. It is only in boss fights where things probably become more hands-on, since a good majority of the bosses will use extremely powerful moves, and you'll have to properly measure your heals and damage to win those fights. If your aim is to play a game where grinding isn't much of a chore, Ark Rise Fantasia is it, since there are various quests you can receive from guilds that send you out into the world to fight monsters. Being that just spamming the C and A button while in combat versus mediocre monsters usually yields a win, this pretty much takes the strain out of all the pain that comes with grinding. Now, is any of this actually fun when you get down to it? Probably not. I mean, it's cool that I can automate everything, but the story is so dull that I don't think it's worth it. Especially when you realize that there will be portions in the game where you have to walk back and forth through a town. This usually entails listening to constant events of horrible voice acting. It really isn't something that the gameplay can overcome. Even the music comes off as a bit uninspired. I mean, there are some interesting songs here and there, but nothing that really comes off as a masterpiece. It's a shame too, but even after playing this game for about 20 hours, I still couldn't find a reason to continue playing. With that, the final grade for Ark Rise Fantasia is a D. The dull story accompanied by a horrible voiceover really put this over the top.
Listen, little girl.
Little girl? That's no way to speak to a veteran warrior!
Huh? This little brat is a veteran warrior?